Hey guys! Showing up with my stringy, natural Hagrid hair, and no makeup of course. Today we're going to do a makeup tutorial because I found these awesome special effect makeup pictures on Pinterest. I'm like, why not try this out? And on Instagram, I was playing around with eyeshadows and I did this and I asked you guys if you wanted to see this in a video and you guys were like, yeah! So, let's get started. First, I'm going to take a headband and put my hair back because I've got too many curly cues and cowlicks and just baby hairs all over having a party on the forehead. And then I just happened to borrow a hospital gown. No, I didn't steal it from the hospital. I actually got it from a friend, so it's not mine. I have to take it back. And then I'm going to take some makeup face primer, put that all over your face or where you're going to do the scars and the black eye. And I know my face gets super red like a giant pimple whenever I rub it too hard and put on face primer. It just happens like that. And then I'm just taking some eyeshadow primer because we're going to mainly use eyeshadows. Now on top of the eyeshadow primer, a very cheap alternative instead of using eyeshadow primer, because it's not like we're going to wear this all day, girl, this Nivea cream. We just want it to be more pigmented. You need something for your makeup to grip to, maybe some moisturizer or something. But this Nivea cream smells lovely and it just makes your skin a little bit shinier and pigmented when the eyeshadows go on. You get my drift. Now for the good part, taking a big fluffy eyeshadow brush, I'm going to get this deep, dark kind of burgundy color. You want all your eyeshadows in this look to be matte. And I'm going to apply it like so around my eye socket and more heavier on the bottom, like dark circles, but it's actually going to look like someone just socked you in the eyeball. Then I take some light matte yellow eyeshadow and put it around it, and then I'm just still using that burgundy color on my ring finger and blotting it on the bottom of your eyes. Then I'm taking this matte blue eyeshadow on the same fluffy brush. Honestly, you don't have to use a whole bunch of brushes, just clean this one off, girl. Do you have that many brushes? Because I don't. I mean, it's just easier. And put that next to the burgundy and in your inner corner of the eye. If you have to use a mirror that's like as close to your nose as possible, do it because you do not want to mess up. Then I'm taking the same burgundy eyeshadow and then putting that on the socket of my eye and also under my lower lashes. And then I'm going to get a matte black eyeshadow. That is really hard to say for me for some reason today. With the same brush and then put it in the top socket of your eye. Using the same burgundy color, I'm getting a giant fluffy eyeshadow brush and putting that on my upper lip to look like someone just like tried to tear off that upper lip. Not tear it off, like punched it. I'm probably the only girl on YouTube who wants to look disgusting today. Because aside from my hair starting off looking like I just rolled out of bed and into a dumpster can and then onto this YouTube screen that you're watching, and then with this black eye and now my lip, it's gonna get more intense than this, just wait. Taking that blue eyeshadow again with the fluffy brush and just making sure that it looks like the vessels underneath your skin have been popping. Now I'm taking that burgundy eyeshadow again and putting it on the other eye on the lower part, but not as dark, nowhere near as dark as that other black eye. And then I'm going to get the push liner brush with the burgundy and doing a cut mark on my cheek. And this is going to be fun because you could get as creative as you want. You could do a jigsaw puzzle type looking amounts of cuts all over your face, or you could do few to none. It's all depends on you. But this burgundy is going to be the outline of all of those cuts. And I'm doing some gashes on top of my forehead. Remember, you don't want to do it too dark unless it's just like a deep cut, because these are going to be where the stitches go. Taking this liquid black eyeliner pen, we are going to make dash marks to make it look like stitches. And you're going to do this across most of the burgundy lines you just drew. You can leave some empty to do other types of cuts and wounds. I will show you that soon. Be very light at hand on the center marks of the actual dashes. You're going to do it thicker like it's a tied knot of a stitch. And at the ends you're going to flick it out very lightly at hand. Like it's the end of like a piece of thread or whatever they use to like stitch up people. Then that burgundy eyeshadow is going to go below your bottom lip, more on your chin to make it look like you just got hit there and punched too. Doing another cut mark on the other side of your cheek with that burgundy and doing the dash marks with the black of the stitching. taking this other burgundy brownish type eyeshadow with that push liner little paintbrush looking brush and darkening in and defining the sides of the cuts and stitch marks. And now for some fun, we are going to take some fake blood. So taking a very thin brush and then putting that in between those cut mark lines of the eyeshadow you did before, zigzagging through those stitch marks you made. You can make this as bloody and drippy and gory as you want, or you could do thin little cut marks like I am doing. And taking that burgundy eyeshadow and just defining the sides of the cut marks and stitches. And more burgundy eyeshadow on the unblack-eyed eyelid on the top part a little bit. And then I decided to do this on my neck and do a little gash mark with the eyeshadow and then the fake blood. Now this is gonna sound like I actually live in a nursing home, but if you happen to have some surgical tape, you're gonna cut it up into little tiny rectangles like real types of surgical tape they use in hospitals, and you are going to put blood, a little bit more pools of it on the cut, and then put that over it so it seeps through a little bit like if you're having a real wound in real life. I get way too excited about fake blood. Like your face was just stitched together after someone bashed it in. See, I'm just too much for this sometimes. And I'm just doing this on the top cut marks where I didn't do stitching, and on the neck part where I also didn't do stitching, which is kind of a bad idea because it's gonna like bend on that part of your neck, but I made it work. So on my middle finger, I took some black matte eyeshadow and put it on the inside of my corner of the eye to make it like darker and more deep set, like I really got hurt. And then so it goes up into like the bone of the inside of my eye on the upper part of my nose, and putting that Nivea cream on top of it to make it shiny again. Now I'm just taking some fake blood with that tiny brush and then doing little marks on like little cuts and everything. Taking my hairband out and just making your hair look like you just hopped out of bed from being sick for like a month straight. Now, since I felt like this part of my head was a little bare and I wanted to be more bruised because I have so many cuts on the other side of my forehead, I decided to take that burgundy eyeshadow and put in like I just got socked up there, like it's more bruising, and some blue on top of that, and a little bit of matte black very lightly on top of that, like it's a realistic bruise on top of your skin. And then that's the finished look. You could tease your hair, you could burn it, you could crimp it, you can make it look very crazy, but my natural hair already looks crazy, I think. And this is going to be your end result of you looking like you just got into a crazy fight and had some homemade surgery done in a back alley maybe. I look like I decided to go play in traffic today. Thank you guys so much for watching. All the products I used in this video will be listed down below. Let me know in the comments what was the worst accident that you've ever gotten in. You can be as graphic in detail as possible. And I will see you guys soon with more makeup tutorials to come. And I love you guys. Bye.